So that's the one thing. If your value for chiropractic is not clear for you, you will never be able to attract a lot of people.
I wondered if you know, it's interesting you've been around. How just when you were president of Parker, how many chiropractors have probably passed through, you know, while you were there, and your connection with chiropractors? You've probably had direct contact with probably more chiropractors than just about anyone on the planet, you know. And I wondered if I could ask you now on the call if there was, you know, a common theme, or if there is one or two things that you kind of see in every successful chiropractor, what it is, and maybe it's even I'm even more interested in, could you pick out potentially who was going to be successful even as a student just by something, and what was that something?
That's a great question. And let me go back and give you a very quick story. When I became president of Parker, I never wanted to be president. They tricked me into it because they wanted to know what I would do if I was president. So they called me back and said I was the only one that could do the job. So I thought I would do it for 6 months, and it ended up being 13 and a half years. And the school was in $6 million debt. It was losing $2 million a year. It had 3 lawsuits against it. The students were all wanting to leave the school. And we turned it around very quickly, where we profited $700,000 our first year. That's how quickly you can turn something around. But Parker Seminars was at 1,200 people in Las Vegas after being about 4,000 when Dr. Parker was alive. And I took it from 1,200 to 10,000 in 2 years. And let me tell you how I did it. It was 9/11. And instead of everybody canceling their show in Las Vegas, which Las Vegas let you do, like right now, I decided that if we were going to go out and everybody was thinking that we were going to hit again, right, in America, why not go out celebrating each other? And I threw the biggest party. It was our 50th anniversary. And I invited the biggest names that I knew, you know, Patch Adams and Mark Victor Hansen, Jack Canfield, everybody that I knew that was a celebrity. And we had 10,000 people come, and it became the biggest event in chiropractic at the time. And the reason for that, and I'm going to go back to with your question, when you are confronted with crisis, you know, the biggest chiropractors, when I look at the common denominator, the one thing that I look for is how hungry and what is their mission. How hungry are they? You know, when I asked Dr. Parker why he chose to mentor me as a young student, he had 3 children that were chiropractors, and he did not mentor them. He said to me, because you remind me of myself when I was your age, because I see myself in you. And after getting to know him for 16 years, what that taught me was I was a hungry young man. I was absorbing everything. I wanted to be a part of everything. I worked 16, 17-hour days, getting paid $1,000 a month, not because I would have paid him, because when you're in the presence of somebody that has a lot to teach you, you don't want to miss one little thing. And you want to repeat everything they do instead of in your mind trying to justify your own limitations. One of the biggest challenges for most mentors and most consultants in chiropractic, their biggest frustration is that you hire people to help you, but you're not willing to do what they're telling you to do. And it doesn't make any sense. So what I look for, and the common denominators, and the first one is, how big is your vision? How hungry are you? In business, we've always been taught this. When you solve the biggest problem, you get the biggest payoff. So you have to be able to see what is the problem out there. I look at the health of humanity as the biggest challenge humanity has right now. It's not the climate, it's not the water, it's not the air, it's not economics, it's the health of individuals. Because if people were healthy, right now in the United States, the #1 reason why people file personal bankruptcy over the last 5 years is been because they got sick, because they're unhealthy. The number one reason for personal going financially bankrupt. So health impacts every area of your life. So I would say the first thing is to really understand what is your reason for becoming a chiropractor? How big is that? You know, is it just to be able to make X amount of money, provide for your family, and that's it? Because it cannot be that. You know, Dr. Parker always taught me that your mission has to be bigger than yourself. And I never forgot that. So my mission is worldwide. That's the reason I've been able to do many things out there. I don't think about it. You know, we brought chiropractic to Mexico. We have 40 chiropractors in Mexico for about 110 years. And over the last 15 years, we opened 2 schools, and we have right now 2,500 chiropractors that are licensed all over the country and 2,000 in school. But you won't believe this. We talked the government into paying for it. So to become a chiropractor in Mexico is a 5-year degree, and they pay only $800 American for the 5 years. The government subsidizes it. And the universities are more beautiful than any university in the United States because every building is beautifully equipped, and because the government learned that by supporting chiropractic after they graduate, they go and work right into the hospitals, which the government of Mexico controls 95% of the healthcare. So we show them how they can reduce their costs and improve the quality of their health and the patient satisfaction by simply adding chiropractors to every hospital in the country. And we did that, you know, because we understood the vision of the value of chiropractic. So that's the one thing. If your value for chiropractic is not clear for you, you will never be able to attract a lot of people. So people will be able to dismiss you. And John DeMartini, which I'm going to connect you also for this group, you know, he told me something many years ago when I became president of Parker. Many people were saying, the board is crazy. How did they pick a 33-year-old that all he's done is have a successful practice, no history of education? And Dr. DeMartini sat me down my first 2 weeks, I remember, and he said, Fab, whoever has the greater level of certainty will always lead. And I never forgot that. He said, you cannot be president like Dr. Parker did it. You have to find your own voice, your own level of certainty, right? So to me, I realized that when I became certain that I was the right person for the position, the right person to take that school to another level, the right person to advance chiropractic at that time, nothing stopped me. And all these naysayers became my greatest supporters within a period of a year, 2 years, 3 years. They were my biggest fans because I didn't let somebody else's certainty impact my own certainty. And that's what successful people do.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope it was helpful. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share the video or leave a comment. It really means a lot to me. Also, if you haven't subscribed, my statistics show that over 70% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed. Hit the subscribe button. You do not want to miss the practice growth strategies I'm going to be teaching over the next couple of months. See you on the other side.